wanted to fly a plane, which led me to being an astronaut. Roberta Edwards wrote a book about me, published by the Penguin Group in 2008. I was born in my grandparents' farmhouse. I was the oldest of 3 kids. My younger brother's name was Dean. My younger sister's name was June. My mom stayed home and taught Sunday school. My dad worked for the U.S. government, or the Ohio State government. We moved 16 times before I was 13. Ever since I was little, I loved airplanes and flying. My first airplane ride, I was only 6 years old. It was called the Tin Goose. I loved flying. I was in the Boy Scouts and made it to the highest level as an Eagle Scout. When I was a teenager, I got part-time jobs. One was in a dinner shop because I was small enough to climb inside the mixer and clean it. I was only 15 when I got my pilot license. I was a musician in a jazz band called the Mississippi Moonshiners. I was able to go to Purdue University in Indiana on a Navy scholarship. In return for the scholar money, I had to work for the U.S. Navy. I just turned 17 when I started college. I did 2 years in school and 3 years in the Navy where I learned to fly small single-engine fighter planes. I also took courses in aeronautic engineering while I was at Purdue. I graduated and earned my flight pin from flight training school. I got drafted in the Korean War, which lasted 3 years. I flew small jets off an aircraft carrier called the USS Exus. During the war, I completed 78 missions. After the war, I went back to school and joined a fraternity. Ever since I came back, I found love. Her name was Janet Sherman. In 1956, I got married to Janet Sherman. After graduation, we moved next to Edwards Air Force Base in California. We lived high in the mountains where sometimes I could see Jan while flying. In 1957, Eric was born, but we called him Rick. 2 years later, we had a girl named Karen, but we nicknamed her Muffy. In the summer of 1961, she fell and hit her head. She became greatly sick, and we rushed her to the hospital. We figured out she had cancer, and she died in 1962. Later, in 1962, I was chosen to train to be an astronaut. We moved next to the NASA Space Center in El Lago, Texas, where Mark was born. I spent a long time away from home training. My first trip into space was on the Gemini 8, and sadly, it had a crash landing. In 1969, I got to command the Apollo 11, the first ship to land on the moon. When I landed, I said, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." In conclusion, I think Neil Armstrong was a great person because he changed history and was the first person on the moon and overcame many challenging things to become an astronaut. This is my report about how